Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel.
Right, steer course 062.
The United States Navy fields an Amphibious Ready Group made up of a fleet of warships called an Amphibious Task Force, or ATF, and a landing force, or LF, of about 5,000 personnel. Together with their supporting elements, these components are specifically trained, organized, and equipped to conduct large-scale amphibious operations. Within this Amphibious Ready Group are several types of warships, but the most capable among them is the Landing Helicopter Dock, or LHD. This versatile amphibious assault ship serves both as a helicopter carrier and as a platform with a well deck to deploy landing craft. LHD ships feature a full-length flight deck, much like a light aircraft carrier, allowing them to operate VTOL rotorcraft, such as attack helicopters, tilt rotors like the MV-22 Osprey, and VSTOL fixed-wing aircraft, including the F-35B Lightning II. Another notable warship in the U.S. Navy's Amphibious Ready Group is the Landing Platform Dock, or LPD, a warship capable of transporting troops into the war zone, particularly using landing craft and landing craft air cushion, or LCAC, hovercraft. Additionally, LPDs can operate helicopters from flight decks in a similar way to LHD vessels. The U.S. Navy's Amphibious Ready Group consists of another unique warship known as a Landing Ship Dock, or LSD, capable of supporting operations, including landings on hostile shores via LCAC, conventional landing craft, and helicopters. Over the years, the United States Marine Corps has used several vehicles for amphibious troop transport, but currently, it uses the Assault Amphibious Vehicle, or AAV, particularly due to its ship-to-shore transport capability. During amphibious operations, the AAV can transport several troops and their equipment in a single lift. The amphibious assault vehicle's design is a game changer, armed with a .50 caliber M2 HB machine gun and an MK-19 40mm grenade launcher. This enables the AAV to perform ship-to-shore operations while providing devastating firepower. AAVs are capable of carrying 21 combat-equipped Marines, or 10,000 pounds of cargo, at a maximum speed of 37 knots on the water. Modern warships are designed with an enhanced well deck situated at the rear, which is periodically filled with water to launch and recover amphibious vehicles. Depending on the class, amphibious warships can accommodate up to 52 vehicles in its well deck. AAVs are parked in the exact order they're supposed to exit the well deck at the time of departure. Once the well deck control officer gives the order via radio, the AAVs drive out of the well deck one after another. The AAVs trail each other while floating on the water and ultimately land on shore. Once the Marines complete their objectives, they enter the AAVs again to return to the ship. Meanwhile, the ship's well deck is flooded with water so the AAVs can smoothly enter and park inside. Since their introduction in 1972, the AAVs have been the main mode of amphibious transport for the U.S. Marine Corps. However, there's always been an issue with the AAV's level of armor protection. Recently, the U.S. Marine Corps has decided to replace AAVs with amphibious combat vehicles, or ACVs, which are better armed and less complicated than AAVs. Moreover, the ACVs are equipped with wheels instead of tracks, which ultimately makes them a better option for ground missions. The LHD is a one-of-a-kind amphibious assault ship. It has a flight deck with 9 helicopter landing spots and can operate helicopters and tilt rotors as large as a Sikorsky CH-53E Super Stallion and MV-22B Osprey. Cleaning a flight deck this large requires all hands on deck. For instance, all the sailors working together to wash the flight deck of the Wasp-class amphibious assault ship USS Kearsarge. They put water on the flight deck and released it to the ocean using wipers. The LHD is capable of storing 30 or more aircraft, which are moved between the flight deck and the hangar bay with the help of 2 aircraft elevators. The flight deck is built in a way that it can easily launch and land helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. The flight deck crew, which are highly trained personnel, carries out the flight deck operations. Each member of the flight deck crew wears a color-coded jersey according to their designations. Depending on the mission, the LHD can carry a mix of helicopters and aircraft with short takeoff and vertical landing or STOVL capabilities like the F-35B or the McDonnell Douglas AV-8B Harrier II. These aircraft are stored in the hangar bay area. However, they are moved to the flight deck using the elevator if needed. A tow vehicle is used to move the vehicle on the flight deck. Once in position, the aircraft takes off from a short runway and later vertically lands on the flight deck. In addition to STOVL aircraft, amphibious assault ships can also operate helicopters, including the CH-53E Super Stallion. This flying marvel can be used to perform exercises like fast roping, which is one of the most common infiltration methods used by the U.S. Marine Corps to insert troops from the air. The helicopter hovers steadily in the air, and a very thick rope is extended from the aircraft. The soldiers slide down the rope while completely relying on the grip of their hands and leg control to regulate their descent speed. Fast roping techniques can also be conducted on the flight deck without using a helicopter. For instance, on February 18, 2020, the Marines performed a fast rope exercise on the port aircraft elevator of the amphibious assault ship USS America. Amphibious assault ships often find themselves in the middle of surface warfare, where their primary mission is to obtain control of the sea space to take offensive action against other surface targets, while also defending against enemy forces. Naval guns are highly effective against surface targets, which is why the Marines conduct various surface-to-surface gunnery exercises to get hands-on training on naval guns. For example, Marines used a .50 caliber machine gun during a defense of the Amphibious Task Force exercise on board USS Boxer. The sailors must learn both defensive and offensive techniques required to protect their vessels during surface warfare. For this reason, the U.S. conducts Surface Warfare Advanced Tactical Training, or SWAT, to train sailors to defend their ships from air, surface, and subsurface targets. Moreover, SWAT provides the individual warfighters, watch teams, ships, and amphibious ready groups the tactical training required to increase their lethality, tactical capability, and warfighting readiness. Each amphibious assault ship includes a navigation department, which usually conducts operations on the ship's barge. The department's main goal is to ensure effective and safe navigation of the ship. Most of the time, the navigation sailors are busy recording the ship's position, course, and speed, whereas other times, they plan the ship's route for upcoming voyages while considering factors like weather conditions, sea currents, and port regulations.
17 yards right of track. Recommend base course 327, 600.
Amphibious assault ships often embark on missions that can last for several months, sometimes even stretching close to a year, depending on global deployments and operational demands. During these long stretches at sea, sailors endure life far from home, dedicating themselves entirely to their duty of protecting their nation's interests across international waters. Life aboard such massive vessels is a mix of intense discipline, teamwork, and sacrifice. The crew must adapt to confined spaces, constant motion, and rigorous schedules while maintaining peak readiness for any potential mission, from combat operations to humanitarian assistance. Being away from home means missing many of life's important moments. Sailors often spend birthdays, anniversaries, and national holidays, such as Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter, separated from their loved ones. Instead of family dinners, they share holiday meals with shipmates, turning their fellow sailors into a second family. Many ships organize small onboard celebrations, decorating mess halls with festive lights or hosting morale-boosting events to remind the crew of home, even when they are thousands of miles away. The United States Navy's Amphibious Ready Groups represent the true embodiment of sea power and versatility. From massive landing helicopter docks to the agile amphibious combat vehicles, every element within this force works in unison to project strength from sea to shore. These ships and vehicles not only enable the U.S. Marine Corps to conduct complex amphibious assaults, but also serve as floating bases for humanitarian missions, crisis response, and global deterrence. Behind every operation are the sailors and Marines who dedicate months away from home to maintain readiness, precision, and discipline. Their training, teamwork, and resilience make these powerful machines truly effective, whether launching aircraft from a flight deck, guiding AAVs into a flooded well deck, or conducting surface warfare drills. Each task reflects the Navy's unwavering commitment to mission success and maritime dominance. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.